Next guests are entrepreneurs, authors, actors, and pop culture icons. Their 3-episode special, Paris and Nicole, The Encore, premieres on Peacock December 12th. Please welcome to the show, Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, everybody. I'm so happy to have you both here.
Hi.
What a delight. Now, for the kids who might not remember, this was 20 years ago, The Simple Life.
was.
And this was a phenomenon. This was sort of the beginning of reality TV. And were you aware when you were doing it that it would be something that would endure for 20 years? Or did it seem like something silly when you took it on?
Absolutely not. We just did it because we wanted to be together and it sounded fun. It honestly sounded like nothing because they didn't tell us anything.
Gotcha.
They said, well, Paris called me and she said, do you want to do a show? I don't have any information. We're going to get on a plane. I don't know where we're going, but we'll be gone for 30 days. And that's all I can say. Are you down? And I was like, absolutely yes.
You guys have been friends for a very long time.
Since we were 2 years old, yeah.
2 years old. Is this the sort of normal call you would give Nicole when you had an idea for something, Paris? Have you often asked her to do something with very little information?
We've just been doing adventures together since we're 2 years old. So anytime there was an adventure happening, she's the first person I would always call.
But
Yes.
she was not the initial person for this show. Was it true that it was originally pitched for you and your sister?
Yes, and my sister said, hell no.
Then I turned around and said, hell yes.
Hell yes, yeah. This was one of the things about this show's popularity. Certain expressions you guys had immediately entered the zeitgeist. That's hot. Slivin.
Loves it.
Loves it. These are things you kind of can't believe people didn't say before you guys.
I know, it's ridiculous.
How often, 20 years later, how often do people come up and mention this show to either of you?
Every single day.
People come up with every single day, The Simple Life?
Yes.
And how do they frame it? Do they just say all these years later how much they loved it?
Just say, it's my favorite show, like, I'm the Nicole, my best friend's the Paris, or like, I'm the Sil, I'm the Bill, or they'll say, can you please sing your song, Sana Sa, with me?
Sana Sa,
Sana Sa. Sana Sa is a song that you, 7 years old? How long?
Yes,
Okay.
we wrote the song Sana Sa when we were 7.
Yeah.
If you can believe it. And it's only one word, but the word means so many things.
You know, it's amazing that as songwriters, you guys wrote the one and then just moved
No,
on.
I know, it's
You never collaborated again.
No, it's like, I mean, how you can't copy greatness again. And
Now,
so
you claim Sana Sa is an international sensation.
it sure is.
Okay,
Yes.
so that means you go to other countries and people are talking about Sana Sa?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. I can
Yeah.
tell by the way you're saying it. It
Yes.
is true.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
What about the fact that you have never rewatched it until you got asked to do the reunion?
Yes, that's true.
It never occurred to you to go back and watch old episodes?
I don't like watching myself just in general. So
Gotcha. And Paris, had you ever watched it?
It's my favorite show. I love it. It's so funny. It brings back so many memories. It's so silly, and it's just like that show when you put on, you're just like, it's the best time.
How often would you say you watch it?
Not like every night, but a lot. I've been watching it with my babies now. Like my son Phoenix, he is turning 2 in January, and he loves watching it with me and laughs out loud. And he loves Sana Sa. That's his favorite song.
Well, Sana Sa, this is a very novel idea for a reboot, or not a reboot, a reunion. It's not just that you guys are getting back together and going through the paces of A Simple Life again. You are trying to make an opera based off your international sensation, Sana Sa.
yes.
You have a nice term for the opera about Sana Sa, which is?
The Sana Sapra.
Sana Sapra.
Yes. They like it. See?
I mean, it's
working.
impossible
It's
not to.
working. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Loves it.
I want to show a clip because you take this idea to people who are actually in the business of making operas.
Of course,
opera
yes.
professionals.
We wanted it to be the best.
And so you bring this idea, and again, this is a song that is very short and only has one word.
Yes.
Is that a fair way to describe Sana Sa?
That is right.
And you sort of described this to this opera professional, and it made me laugh very hard, and I would like to show it now.
You think about like Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton, you don't automatically go to opera.
You don't?
Well, yeah, I mean, typically like when you start a project, oftentimes it starts with the words and the text, and then
We have that.
the music, and you have the words to the song.
We are songwriters, and we accidentally wrote a hit song when we were 7. And we started singing it on this show that we did 20 years ago, and a lot of people caught on to it. And yes, I'm happy you know.
You actually went back, you visited some of the people in the original run of A
Yes.
Simple Life. Was it nostalgic for you to go back and say hello to them?
It was really special just to go back to the little town of Altus, go and visit the families we stayed with, then to go see all the people that we worked for. And it was just really sweet just to see like how much the show meant to them and like how we affected their lives.
You mentioned the place you worked. You famously worked at a dairy farm.
We did.
You did some things to a cow.
I ended up fisting him.
You ended up fisting him.
Yes.
I want to thank you for saying it.
Yes. You're welcome. Yeah.
Did you reunite with the cow, or is it safe to say 20 years on?
He did not want to see me. So, which is fair.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It is it's also they were nostalgic for you. Like, it wasn't just you were nostalgic for them. When you went back, they must have said, oh my God, we never thought we'd see you again.
Well, yes, yes, they definitely said that. When we went back to the dairy farm, Danny had kept our time cards and some milk bottles because we were milking cows too. Yeah. And it was just so nice. It was so nice going back, saying hi to everybody, having a good laugh. We saw our street signs. Mm-hmm. I forgot we had streets named after us.
One of the most lovely things is you can tell, when you certainly watch the first run of The Simple Life and when you watch the special, you guys clearly have been friends for a long time. Can you explain how you came up with your nicknames for one another?
Sil and Bill?
Yeah.
Well, Sil and Bill are nicknames for Silly and Billy. That was the full name.
Yes.
But how did we?
It was just something we did when we were little, and then on The Simple Life, we just started doing it even more. And then it just became like shorter versions of the nicknames, Sil and Bill.
Are
You have nicknames in your family, right?
My brother's Josh, and he's Poshy, and I'm Seth, and I'm Sufi. And yeah.
That's so cute.
It is cute. Thank you very much. I feel like, I think, a lot of people think it's maybe not the cutest on a 50-year-old man, but I like it.
I think it's very
I think
sweet.
it's really good, yeah. It strikes me that you guys, if I was at a party with the two of you and you were talking, you might seem like intimidating to anybody else coming in, because it does occur to me that you basically have your own language. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you were 7 and you first invented, or I should say, wrote Sanasa, was it of great irritation to those close to you?
Definitely our parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say, because again, you hear Sanasa now, and it's obviously just a banger, but I would imagine
Yeah.
in the early days of Sanasa, when you were working out the kinks, I would imagine it wasn't so great on the ears.
Yes, and actually when Paris and I used to be neighbors, and so what we would do is we bought megaphones, and we would go out on our balconies and we would sing Sanasa through the megaphones. And we have a golf course in between us. I don't think they're very happy about it either, but...
I would say if you said, how would you make Sanasa more irritating? Megaphones might be the answer.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, your children are older. Your children are obviously very young, so they haven't developed to the place where they could sing Sanasa. But was it ever a song that your kids heard and thought, oh, we should sing it as well?
Well, actually, Phoenix does sing it, right?
Oh, he does,
yes.
yeah. So it is in the register of a 2-year-old?
It was his second words. First word was Yas.
Wait, his first word was Yas?
Yes, Yas. And
Okay.
then the second words were Sanasa.
Almost everybody whose first words are Yas, their second word is Queen. I mean, it really speaks to how Sana Sa broke through
No,
that was his
it's
second.
amazing.
And what about your kids? I mean, they're teenagers. When they watch, did they ever go back and watch The Simple Life?
Yes, they actually. Simple Life is having a moment on TikTok, and
Great.
so they've been watching it, and their friends have been watching it, and they were a big reason why I decided to do the reunion in the first place.
That's so fantastic. I mean, the dream is that your kids see your old work, and instead of wanting you to bury it forever, say, you should get out there and do this again.
They were so excited. They were so excited.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of the fact that you guys are back together. It's so cool to do it. And I think everybody should aspire to have a friendship like this. And if they did, maybe they would also write a hit song.
Agreed. Yeah.
And now, ideally, Sana Sapra, if it ever gets staged, you're obviously hoping for Italy, I would imagine.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they will embrace it.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
How do you say Sana Sa in Italian? Do either of you know?
No.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same in every
I
language.
think it's the same.
Really a delight to have you here. Great to see you again. Great to see you again as well. You guys give it up for Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. Paris and Nicole, the encore, available exclusively on Peacock December 12th. We'll be right back.